week 15 of the fantasy basketball season. And here's a few centers I look to sell and trade this week. The first center, Montes Sabonis, the Sacramento Kings. To Sabonis, another great season for him, no doubt about it. And he's turning his franchise around over the last few years here. 19.9 points a game, 13 rebounds, 7.9 assists, and 61% from the field. So right now, he's been a stud, no doubt about it. Is Sabonis, ranked 8th in fantasy basketball, but I think you can get a big haul for him. And after coming off a 26 rebound type of game and 2020 game for Sabonis, he's a perfect sell high candidate where 2 players in a deal minimum is definitely a possibility. So the last couple weeks, 18.5 points a game, 14.8 rebounds, 8.2 assists, 69% from the field. So the big 3 categories he's going to give you: scoring, rebounding, assisting, and field goal percentage. So very efficient player. And if I'm willing to deal him after coming off that 2020 game, I would have to get a nice haul in a deal. January 25th at the Warriors, 18 points, 8 boards, 13 assists, a block, 2 threes, 72% from the field. January 27th at the Mavs, 17 points, 11 boards, 4 assists, a 3, 70% from the field. And January 29th, like I mentioned, with a masterful 2020 game, 20 points, 26 rebounds, 5 assists, and 90% from the field. So Sabonis, like I said, he's got a nice mid-range jumper, a lot of putbacks, a lot of dunks, and he finds his way to the hoop, and he's turned this franchise around for Sacramento in a big way. So right now, well, he's been playing great basketball the whole season, and especially coming off a 2020 game, I think you could put him on the block. And if you want to get a little bit greedy, try to get 2 all-star caliber type of players in a deal. So he's a center I would just put out there and see what I could get this week. Next center I look to sell in trades, Alfred Sengun of the Houston Rockets. Sengun, what a season it's been for him. 29.9 points a game, 9.2 boards, 5.1 assists, 1.2 steals, and 54% from the field. But the last couple weeks, he's been averaging a double-double, 23.7 points a game, 10.7 boards, 6.4 assists, a block, and 56% from the field. So right now, he's another guy, 4 or 5 category type of player here, Sengun. But I don't know if he's going to hold it up the whole season. We've seen some big games from him and some games where the numbers have dropped off a little bit over the last couple weeks. January 26th at the Hornets, 11 points, 6 boards, 7 assists, a block, 71% from the field. January 27th at the Nets, 15 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, 46% from the field. And January 29th versus the Lakers, 31 points, 12 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals, a block, a 3, 60% from the field. To Sengun, he's playing good basketball, no doubt about it, for this Rocket team. But another guy that I would put on the trade block and see if I could get 2 solid plays in a deal for him, because center at times is hard to come by. And Sengun, he's more the prototypical throwback center, scoring, rebounding, and about a shot block per game for him. But he's definitely a big part of this Houston Rocket team, and he definitely improved his game from last season of this season. So right now, if you could get a good deal here for Sengun, 2 plays, like I mentioned, I would dangle him out there for ranked number 12 overall in fantasy basketball. This would be a time to do it, because this could be a Rocket team that their season could go the other way, in where they're trying to play for a pick and tanking some games as well. So right now, he's a sell high this week. In the third and final center, I look to sell in trades, Jalen Duren, Detroit Pistons. So Durant coming off a monster ball game, a 2020 game as well. Anytime a guy comes off a huge game, I would just put him on the trade block and see what you could get in a deal, because obviously for the most part, someone getting a 2020 game is that ceiling for them, and it's not going to happen a lot in the season, or it might even only happen once in a year. So on the season for Durant, 14.1 points a game, 11.9 rebounds, 2.6 assists, 64% from the field. So he's another guy, pretty much 2 or 3 categories he's only going to give fantasy owners, but important ones with the rebounding, the basketball, and field goal percentage as well. So the last few games, January 24th versus the Hornets, 14 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 77% from the field. January 27th versus the Wizards, 10 points, 18 rebounds, 3 assists, 83% from the field. And January 28th versus Thunder, 22 points, 21 boards, 6 assists, a block, 69% from the field. So coming off a few monster ball games, and the last 2 games, 39 rebounds in that time here for Durant. So he's been a rebound machine. Obviously, he's getting big minutes now, 30, 35 minutes a game for the most part for this Detroit Piston team. And someone where I think you could get a guard that could score the basketball and good assisting in a deal for Durant if someone needs a center. So that's a few centers I look to sell and trade here for Week 15 of the fantasy basketball season.